Hey, how y'all doing out there in YouTube land? This Stiletto coming at you from the Wild Wild West. Got an unboxing for you today. Let's get right to it. Doing the unboxing today is my Protech Malibu Reverse Tonto. Stonewash flat ground saber ground blade with 6061 aluminum handles. Plunge lock. Alright. Here we go. Alright. And this one is an eBay purchase. There it is there. I purchased this on eBay. It's supposed to be a used knife. And the guy said that he tried to resharpen it and he wasn't able to resharpen it too successfully. He said that's the only flaw with the knife. It needs to be sharpened. Normally these knives go for like $270, $280 for this model. But we got it for $230. You know me, I always try to find that deal. I'm the deal finder. I works hard for my money. I like to always make sure I get the best deal. This one was $220 and this one's $230. So far, centering on it looks perfect. This is the one I plan to carry. But I decided I'm going to pick whichever one I think is the most mint and collect that one, and the other one I will carry and use. This one looks perfect. Okay, let's see what the blade looks like. There's no scratches on the handle anywhere. Excuse me. No scratches on the handle anywhere. No visible scratches or marks. It looks like it's never been used. Here we go. Oh man, I love the Protech action. Well, it looks like you didn't do a bad job on the sharpening. I wonder if you touched it up after you talked to me, because this blade looks sharp. Looks good. Let's try it out. I'm curious to find out if it's sharp. Here we go. We'll start from heel to toe. That's sharp. Okay, now that is sharp. He did a good job. I bet you he touched it up after he told me that it needed sharpening. Because this looks like a polished edge. As compared to my knife, this one came to me dull. Well, it's definitely sharper than this one. This one looks like... I've actually used this one a few times though, so... This one looks really mint. What do you guys think? Is this the mint one? Is this the one I should collect? DLC coated, flat ground blade. It's got the Wharncliffe blade. All blacked out, all murdered out. No scratches on it anywhere, and the blade is razor. I think this should be probably the one I should probably collect, to tell you the truth. This one had some issues with the blade. Still needs to be a little bit sharper and a little bit better. I think this is a good example too to compare with other knives and stuff, because everybody's seen this model. This model is the model that costs more, and it's not highly as, you know, it's highly seen because I think less people buy these. Man, the action on these. No up and down, no side to side, no nothing. Oh, I wanted to compare how, well, the lockup looks the same as far as like the way the plunger comes out. It looks exactly the same. So to me, I don't think the plungers come out that far on these. As far as like, you know, how much it covers the blade tang. I'm trying to show you. Remember what that looks like, because I'm going to compare it to a Cogent. Okay, Cogent. I don't know if I'm able to show you guys really good. You know which one that does show up pretty good though is the Swags. The Kaiser Swag. It sort of shows better what I'm talking about. See how this plunger comes out like halfway onto the blade tang? To me that makes it look like it's probably stronger as opposed to a plunger that comes out. Has anybody else ever noticed that before besides me? It just makes me wonder how strong the plunge lock is on the Malibus, on the Protechs. Let me see my other plunge locks that we got right now. The new ones, new kids on the block. The Altus, Civivi Altus. My plunge locks. The ones I would actually carry, the ones I like. We got the Kaiser swag sway back. The Protech Malibu. The Protech Malibu with, this is Protech Malibu with the reverse Tonto. This is Protech Malibu with the Wharncliffe. The Civivi Cogent with the natural jade scales, G10 scales. Civivi Cogent with Damascus blade and micarta scales. And then you got Civivi Altus with Burgundy G10 and Civivi Altus with Damascus blade and micarta handle scales. Oh, these are micarta too. I'm sorry, did I say these are G10? This is a sway back. It has micarta, red micarta scales. I always say it's G10 because it looks a lot like G10 to me, but it's actually micarta. But these are the push buttons I like a lot. The ones I like a lot. And the ones I actually like the best, I would say, are the Cogents. Even over the Malibus. The reason why is because they're bigger and they fit my hand better. But I do like the build quality of the Cogents. So the build quality of the Cogents is pretty awesome. The only thing I have a question mark about though is how the plunger comes out over the blade tang. It looks like it only comes out and covers like maybe like a quarter of the blade tang. I would like to see the plunger come out a little bit further for me to make me feel a little bit safer with it. But it does have a flipper, so if this lock was to fail, it's still safe because it's not going to fold into my hand. So that's okay. But I wouldn't say that this is a heavy-duty plunge lock folder because the plunge lock doesn't look like it's super strong to me. But I really love this knife. And this is my favorite one right here. Now my Malibu's or Protech's is this one right here. I like that one. This one's cool too, though. I just like the murdered out one with the Wharncliffe blade the best. I've been trying to get these forever. These Malibus. And they're extremely hard knife to get, and I probably won't be. Don't expect for me to carry these too much because I don't know, because I'm a collector, and I don't want to damage these knives. And they do have aluminum handles, and aluminum handles scratch, and so that's one thing. That's another thing that I like a little bit less about the Malibus or the Protechs over, let's say, like the Civivis or the Kaiser models, because I don't worry about scratching Micarta or G10 or even Grivery. So I'm more likely to carry something like this because I'm not worried about damaging it. Whenever I carry something like this, number one, it costs a lot. These knives are expensive. These are in between the brand new. These are close to $300 now, in between the $250 to $300 range. That's why I see them going for brand new ones. You can get used ones in between the 200 to 250 range, sometimes 270 range. These are used ones I got. I didn't get brand new ones. Even though this one right here, it's like a brand new knife. Nothing's worn out on it. Nothing at all. This one was more like a used knife because it needed to be a. It didn't have edge damage. It just needed to be sharpened because it had some dull spots. That's a good way to put it. All these other knives are very inexpensive. These are, I think these were, they were all under $100. I can't remember exact prices for everything. But I think they were like in between $50 and $100 for all these other knives that you see here. And these, if you want to get these are in between like $250 and $300 for brand new ones, if you can get them. Because they just release them every once in a while, and they don't release big giant batches of them. And so when they get on the market, they get sold right away because everybody loves Protechs. But to be honest, I like the Protechs too, and I'm happy I got them in my collection now because I've always wanted to collect them. But as far as a knife that I'm going to carry every day, I'd rather carry these. These would be my go-tos for of all these knives that you see on the table. I would pick the Cogents. Cogents would be my go-to knife for a knife I'm actually going to carry and use. Now, if I was a billionaire, Richie Rich or whatever, I didn't care about money or whatever like that, and I had money to burn or something like that, then I'd probably carry something like this. But even then, I may not carry these because the handles aren't big enough for me. I like a bigger handle. I mean, I can certainly grab this handle and use it and stuff like that and with no problem. But this handle, it just like totally fits my hand. And so I would go with a handle like this. It's sort of like the like the AD 20.5s. These handles totally fit my hand too. And I feel totally comfortable with it. Even though it's only a 3-inch blade. But anyway, that's all I got to say for these. I absolutely love it though. I think it's a beautiful knife. This is beautiful. It's definitely a beautiful knife. A gentleman's tactical folder. That's sort of how I was classify it. Because it's not really like a hardcore tactical folder. Because I have a question mark about the how strong the lock strength is on it. But it looks like it'd be a great little EDC folder. One that you carry to work. All that kind of stuff. All these knives to me are like what I would carry to work. These are all what I would call work knives. Knives that you carry every day when you go to work. These are the knives that you would carry most of the time, as opposed to carrying something bigger like this. Some people probably would carry this one every day too. But this one for me would be more like a special occasion type knife. You know, like when I'm going out riding on my bike. This pocket clip works really good with your pants, and you won't lose your knife on a motorcycle. It's been tested. I absolutely love the deadbolts. I love these assisted deadbolts. I'm sorry. I know people talking bad about the assisted, but these rock. These rock. These rock. But that's not a knife that I'm going to carry every day. Why? Because it's bigger, heavier, bulkier, and you know it's a knife that I wouldn't want to carry when I'm doing special things like out on my motorcycle and I feel like I want to have a big folder. These are the type of knives I would carry to work. Why? Because they're smaller. They don't look like they're made for combat. They don't look like they're... Well, any knife can be intimidating, so I don't want to say that they're not intimidating, because any knife, if somebody pulls a knife on you, it's going to be intimidating. I don't care how long the blade is, it's still going to be intimidating, because nobody wants to get cut. Just like anybody pulls a gun on you, I don't care what caliber the gun is, I don't care if it's a .22. You're not going to want to get shot by it. At least I don't want to get shot by it. I don't want to get shot by anything. I don't want to get shot by a BB gun. But I'm just saying, you know, it's that these knives are beautiful. All these knives are beautiful. I absolutely love them all. But for my users, boom. My users, boom. These are great knives too. The Altus, I like the Altus too. But again, it's a little bit too small for my hand for me to make it want to be like one of my favorites. I like these handles. These handles fit me just right. It's like the size for my hand, where my hand, I really shouldn't get a handle that's smaller than this. This is like the perfect size handle for me. And I noticed that, you know, usually when knives have like a 3.5 inch blade, these are 3.47. When they have a 3.5 inch blade, that they usually always have a handle that's usually the right dimensions for me. When you get down a 3-inch blade, not all 3-inch blade knives have the handles that are the right dimension for me. Not even 3.25 inch blade handles. And so that's the reason why you'll see me lots of times, you'll see me get something like this, but then it doesn't end up being in my box by the end of the year. Because I'll get other things that will push it out of the box. Right now, these are all in my box. You know, including this black one. You know, they're going to be all in my box. But I know that as the year goes by, I'll be trying different things, and I'll probably try different things, because I only can hold so many knives in my box. And I'll start pushing out the ones that I don't like as much as the one that I just tried out. That makes sense? But anyway, absolutely love these. These are going to stay in my collection. I'm not going to sell these. These are going to stay in my collection. They were too hard to find some beautiful Malibus. And I can always use these for comparisons, for button locks. Everybody always talks about these are the best. Now I got a couple of them. So, and this one's perfect. And this one's a used knife. But this one's like a new knife. That one's perfect. Peace out. Stiletto.